All right, now, these days, to call someone an amateur is a real insult. It's exactly the opposite of being a professional. Our next presenter is here in defense of amateurism. So please welcome Stephen Hancock.
Now, if I called you lot a bunch of amateurs, how would you feel? I'm sort of guessing it might be seen as a bit of an insult. But why? Why has amateur turned into a derogatory term? Amateur comes from the Latin of lover. And it is only in the 1700s that it was in English became what it currently now is, which is someone pursuing a pastime as opposed to a profession. Now, just a heads up, if you're going to research and start using the search term amateur, just be careful in the internet, people, because as I've found out, the porn industry has embraced amateurism, which is a good thing. So, I think professionalism is massively overrated. It just seems to be pervasive in every area of our life. So, I mean, you can't buy toothpaste without it being professional shampoo, as if someone's paying you to have teeth and hair. It's just really, really weird. I don't understand why we worship professionalism. Quite frankly, most of us would do pretty much anything for money. Surely it should be the things that we do for joy, for the sheer love of it. Those should be the things that society should be acknowledging. But for some reason, everyone's hung up on professionalism. Amateurism, there should be more of amateurism, and here's why. Amateurs fail, and failure is where genius happens. And also, I believe you need a bit of amateurism to be successful and happy, because it's all very well having a laser focus in the boardroom if you're a top CEO, but most of us like to have a fairly multifaceted life, and I think that's the secret. Lots of companies now talk about fail fast. It's very fashionable. I can't think of a worse place than a professional environment to fail. They're risk adverse, they hate experimentation. It's just not the place to do it. I mean, where would the world be without the dreamers, without the enthusiasts, without the amateurs? I mean, a lot of the fantastic stuff we have in this world was done through amateurism. So, famous amateurs. We got William Shakespeare, we got Leonardo da Vinci, Charles Darwin, and Michael, the guy that invented electricity. Anyway, thank you, Faraday, thank you. They all did their major work as amateurs. And I would argue when they started, the Steves, Jobs and Wozniak were amateurs. They reinvented the way we're currently living our lives in their garage. I love this photo. Look how happy they are. They're just having a good time. And they made a lot of money in the meantime as well. Now, however, not everyone, in fact, unfortunately, not most of us, are geniuses. And this is where the real amateurism comes in. Because real amateurism comes out in the stuff you just do for yourself, the private pursuits. And yes, I'm talking about the guilty pleasures of the hobbyist. When I was younger, I just remember everyone had a hobby. People rambled, people knitted, people had a half-done MG in the garage. People just had a pursuit to while away the Sundays. Now it would appear that just being busy is a pursuit in its own right. I just don't hear people having hobbies anymore. Commercialism is so entrenched in us. You can't knit a shit tea cozy cover without one well-meaning friend saying, "Why don't you get an Etsy site? Why don't you get a stall on Glebe Markets?" No, it's just for me. I don't want to make them and sell them. Okay, everyone in my industry in TV talks about how passionate they are. But I mean, I find this suspicious because when you say, "What are you doing at the weekend?" all they can really come up with is the polar opposites of, "I'm going to beat camp and I'm going out on the lash." They're not hobbies. It's as if admitting that you don't, your whole life doesn't revolve around your work is some sort of faux pas. I'm not a big fan of this. It looks really cute when you put a little Venn diagram like this, make work play. But I believe this is how HR company departments more see it. It's all about making you work harder. So, but having said that, by all means have a great career. By all means enjoy it. But don't put all your eggs in one basket. It's just dangerous. Why would you want to make yourself so one-dimensional? Why would your next employer want someone so one-dimensional? Now, if I can land my dream job, which just happens to be, with my wife in the room, which hosing down Scarlett Johansson, watching Sheffield Wednesday while being fed Marmite and Marston's pedigree. Now, if I could have that job, Even, I reckon, in about 6 months on a wet Monday morning, even that would be, oh, fucking hell, I've got to go to the office. You know what I mean? So, please, I implore you, find something you'd love and just do it. Do it for yourself. Don't do it for money. Don't do it for anybody else. Just do it for yourself. Make stuff. Break stuff. Just revel in being average at it. Do it something in your garage. Because what I believe is, if you can act more like an amateur and less like a professional, you'll enjoy it more. And paradoxically, I reckon you'll become better at it. Thank you.
Put your hands together for the supremely amateurish Stephen Hancock.